And that's the Dean of the Rosa Cathedral, Father Nigel Karam.
I have here one team has 659 points and another team has 614. I will announce who these teams are shortly, but yes, it was tight. I will, however, before I say which team has which score, I will announce that the judges have determined that the speaker who was the best today and amassed the most points for their performance comes from the Dominica Grammar School in the person of Miss Renee Talbot. I will went to Mr. Zadi Trocard from the Dominica Grammar School. With that being said, now it's time to announce who is who. With 659 points, the winning team is the Dominica Grammar School. And with 614 points, the Orion Academy. Congratulations, students. It was a tough battle.
And that's the coordinator of the inter-secondary school debate competition, Trudy Christian. So the Dominica Grammar School team of Renee Talbot and Zadi Trocard beat the Orion Academy yesterday to emerge the winners of the inter-secondary schools debate competition for 2025. It was the first win for the Dominica Grammar School in the secondary schools debate contest. The best speaker in the final, Renee Talbot of the Dominica Grammar School.
Okay, well, first of all, we are very, very excited. We shed a few tears, and honestly, a lot of preparation went into it, and I am so happy that we came out victorious in the end. Well, honestly, we just put our best foot forward. You know, the support from our friends, our coach, our family, everyone, it was just all needed for our confidence to encourage us. So, well, honestly, I can see myself continuing in this field, although I have a career path already, which is an architectural engineer, but I can see myself for sure continuing in this for sure.
And that's Renee Talbot of the Dominica Grammar School. The student with the best rebuttal was Zadi Trocard, also of the Dominica Grammar School.
I'm just so happy that we came this far, seeing as we haven't made it this far in a long time. So winning this competition means so much to me. It building my confidence and allowing me to see that I can do so much things that I thought I could never do. Every day, even when we didn't have school, we had to come into school and practice, go over points we didn't know, try to make adjustments to fit the topic, and more practice upon practice. Winning this competition means other organizations might see me as a potential leader in the organization or just somebody that can speak on their behalf, and I could probably get better opportunities in jobs and other events.
Zadi Trocard of the Dominica Grammar School, head coach of the Dominica Grammar School debate team, Docus Francis Simon.
It took a lot of hard work, to be honest, and it caused me a lot of sleepless nights and even chest pains, having to fine-tune the information. But above all, I think memorizing the speeches that we had and actually memorizing it so that it became a part of them. Delivery was important. That I felt was key to today's victory. It required us putting the speeches together, and they had exams just before this. So it meant that time management was of the highest importance to us, because it meant while they are doing exams, I'm also correcting papers. So it meant that there was so much to do in so little time. But we pulled through, and I'm glad. I'm thankful to God for that.
And that's the head coach of the Dominica Grammar School debate team, Docus Francis Simon. Orion Academy coach Abigail Woodman said her team was not disgraced in the finals.
I was very proud of my students. Public speaking is something that is challenging, but not only did they step up to the plate for several rounds, because we have to remember this is the final round. So they've had 3 previous rounds. As the winner, we didn't have to participate in all 4 rounds. They've had 3 previous rounds. They did fantastic, all three, but I can honestly say this particular one was the best in terms of their performance. So I'm very proud of them. There had to be only one winner, but I'm extremely proud of how well they did. Well, the grammar school won the debate today, but Orion Academy has made it to the finals of the inter-secondary schools debate competition 3 years in a row, and that is not something that any other school can say. And we won one of those years. And so second best is not a title I will accept overall, but I'm very happy for the Dominica Grammar School for their win today. There can only be one winner in a debate, but definitely I think everybody knows Orion is a force to be reckoned with.
And that's the coach of the Orion Academy debate team, Abigail Woodman. Other news this morning, one of the individuals arrested and charged in connection with the March 19 riot on Victoria Street near Fort Young Hotel and remanded in custody at Stock Farm Prison is released on bail by the High Court. Samuel Dura of Cassibruce, who resides at Bath Estate, was granted bail by the High Court in the sum of $5,000 in his own recognizance. Dura was arrested on the day of the riot but did not receive bail at the magistrate's court since the magistrate said he was on bail for another offense. But on Wednesday, High Court Judge Colin Williams heard the matter and granted bail. He was represented by Ronald Charles and Joshua Francis. To date, 25 people have been arrested and charged under the Riot Act for the March 19 incident. Protest action took place outside Fort Young Hotel as 3 electoral reform bills were being debated in the Dominica Parliament. The police have said their investigation into the riot is not yet complete. The Public Works Corporation has honored 12 retired employees. General Manager of the Public Works Corporation is Titus Francis.
12 employees of the Public Works Corporation who had reached the age of 60 years and over were retired effective April 1, 2025. Consequently, the corporation held a function on Friday, April 4, 2025 to recognize the contribution of these employees and to show its appreciation. The retirees were presented with plaques as an expression of appreciation from the corporation. The Public Works Corporation is the main entity employed by government to execute its road maintenance program. The corporation has also been contracted by other agencies such as the Office of the National Authorizing Officer, NAO, of the European Development Fund. Under this program, the corporation completed rehabilitation works on the Mopo-Makaton Feeder Road in Granby, rehabilitation of the Wotton-Waven playing field, and the resurfacing of sections of the grounds of the Convent Prep School in Roseau. The retirees present expressed their joy as employees of the corporation for the many years and recounted their great experiences with their co-workers and supervisors. The event was conducted in a spirit of great admiration and cordiality and respect, with all present expressing their best wishes to the retirees.
And that's the General Manager of the Public Works Corporation, Titus Francis. Bishop of Roseau, Most Reverend Kendricks Forbes, has spoken to priests, deacons, and others in the church during the annual Christmas at the Roseau Cathedral last night. At the Christmas, priests and others in the church make a commitment to continue their service. Bishop Forbes told the priests that their responsibilities should not be taken lightly.
Priests are men of the church. As men of the church, there is a certain perspective we must always cultivate. We must remember that it's Christ's church and not ours. We are only his instruments. He alone is the Messiah. And as men of the church, as sharers in the priesthood of Christ, our ministry as priests is not a stage to promote our personal agendas, not a place for entertainment. Our ministry is a doorway and a bridge to life with Christ Jesus and his church. Third, as priests, we should stand in humble awe of God's call of us. My brothers, there are 2 prayers we recite at Mass that reminds us of the virtue of humility, a virtue meant to permeate our lives as priests. At the preparation of the gifts, we say quietly, With humble spirit and contrite heart, may we be accepted by you, O Lord, and may our sacrifice in your sight this day be pleasing to you, Lord our God.
Bishop of Roseau, Kendricks Forbes, he was speaking at the cathedral last night during the annual Chrism Mass. 5 years after COVID-19 triggered national lockdowns, economic uncertainty, and killed millions, the World Health Organization member countries agreed to a draft pandemic treaty that sets guidelines for how the international community might confront the next global crisis. After the world's largely disastrous response to the coronavirus, countries tasked the World Health Organization, WHO, with overseeing a pandemic treaty in 2021, while negotiations concluded Wednesday on an agreement expected to be adopted next month at the UN Health Agency's annual meeting in Geneva. The World Health Organization Director General says it is a historic moment, saying that countries have proven that in our divided world, nations can work together to find a common ground on a shared response. Well, that's news. Let's take a look at the headlines again. The Diocese of Roseau is in search of $7 million to complete the Roseau Cathedral project. The Dominica Grammar School wins inter-secondary schools debate contest for the first time, and countries agree on a draft pandemic treaty to avoid COVID-19 mistakes. The sports report comes up shortly.
Give babies the comfort they need with paddless diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover, because paddless diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddlers, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort and freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run and play. Paddlers, distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with news on the Women's World Cup qualifying match between the West Indies and Bangladesh in Pakistan. The West Indies need to win this one to have a chance of qualifying for the World Cup. They are doing well at the moment because Bangladesh made 227 for 9 in their 50 overs. The West Indies are replying on 207 for 6 in 43 overs. Well, let's look at the scores in Bangladesh's 227 for 9 from their 50 overs. Shamin Akhtar made 67. The best bowler for the West Indies, she's Aliyah Aline, 4 for 39. Well, the West Indies in search of 228 to win from 50 overs. A little while ago, they were 207 for 6 from 43 overs. Chinel Henry was not out 37. Stephanie Taylor made 36. Haley Matthews 38. And Kiana Joseph 31. The West Indies, they are looking good. They need to hold their nerve to win this one. They are on 207 for 6 in 43 overs. They need 228 to win. We will update you on that development. Some more cricket news. President of the Dominica Cricket Academy, Emmanuel Nantan, has told the victorious national under-19 team that their journey is only now beginning. His comments came last night at Fort Young Hotel during a special recognition for the team, which captured the Windward Islands under-19 title. Nanton says the players, they should not settle for less and use this as a springboard to further elevate their careers.
The journey is a new one. So do not feel despondent in any way that maybe you did not make the team, or if you made the team, do not feel satisfied that I've reached. It's a journey. It's a journey where we learn and where we continue and where we have to work and work more. At the end of the day, you're a young man, you're beginning your career, and we expect you to go forward and do much better. At the end of the day, some of you may continue in the game doing different things than what you even do now. When Shane Schlieffer played for Dominica, he was an opening batsman. When he played for West Indies, he was an off-spinner. Giving up is not part of the DNA, or arriving is not part of the DNA. Sometimes I watch fellas play, and I tell coach, you know why this our player make Windward's team. And he feel he arrived. Well, he has the potential to make West Indies. But if you feel you arrive when you make Windwards, then you're selling yourself short. You're selling yourself short. You're not putting in the effort and the commitment, the dedication. Then you are selling yourself short.
And that's the president of the Dominica Cricket Academy, Ambassador Emmanuel Nantan. Meanwhile, the Cricket Association president, Clement Masley, commended the team for a job well done and also praised the vision of the former Dominica Cricket Association president, Ambassador Nantan, in setting up the Dominica Cricket Academy.
I am elated, and I have said that on many instances to the boys, but I really want to tell them congratulations again for a well-fought victory. A championship that has evaded us for far too long. And I am more than happy for that victory, not only for ourselves as DCA, but for Mr. Nantan. All of the efforts that have been placed over the years, I have seen coaches, I've seen managers, I've seen people go through, talent go through, and the amount of resources that have been pumped into the Dominica Cricket Academy. He never gave up. He never gave up. And we could see many generations going through the academy, and only now we can taste victory while he's still alive. So I really want to say, Mano, don't be despondent. The work has just started.
And that's the president of the Dominica Cricket Association, Clement Maslin. Meanwhile, manager of the national under-19 team, Kevin James, feels that at least 2 more Dominicans should have been included in the Windward Islands 20-man training squad. 7 Dominican players were selected on the weekend.
We had 7 guys who made the 20-man squad. There is no surprise of the 7. But the coach and myself maintained that we should have gotten 9. Yeah. We dominated this competition and we felt that we should have gotten 9. But that is just our opinion. To the 7 going off, whenever the Windward's board call you guys, you know what you have to do. You have to go out there and play the cricket and play cricket hard. But as I always keep telling you all, if you're not enjoying it, it doesn't make sense. The guys who did not get onto the Windward Islands team, take a few days off, and hopefully next week, after Easter, back on it.
A manager of the national under-19 cricket team, Kevin James. The Windward Islands under-15 team will be hoping to make it 2 straight wins as the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars under-15 tournament continues in Antigua this morning. The Windwards are coming off an impressive 8-wicket win in their opening match against the Leeward Islands. Captain Jershon Joseph and the rest of the team will be hoping for similar fortunes when they battle Trinidad this morning. That game gets underway at 10 o'clock. Other matches today will see the Leeward Islands taking on Barbados and Jamaica playing Guyana. Some cycling news now. Cyclists will hit the road this weekend for the 3rd road race being organized by the Dominica Cycling Association. Sunday's race is scheduled to be the longest race so far this season and will test the riders' endurance. The riders are set to do over 30 miles, riding from Marboyds Bar to Collyho and then to Point Michel and back to Marboyds Bar. The last road race from the Marboyds Bar to Layu and back twice was won by elite rider Gitson Marius. One of the coaches for the national Carifta team, Godwin Dossett, believes Dominica will return from the Carifta Games with some medals. The 9-member team of athletes will leave Dominica today for the games in Trinidad. The team features 2-time Carifta Games medalists Addison James. Dossett says the athletes are well prepared.
What we have there are some of the top athletes of Dominica that are locally being in Dominica for the past years. And I believe it's a good group of children and we can expect some good stuff from them at the game. Okay. I do believe we have athletes here who can be within the finals and possible medalists. Well, I believe Dominica has a chance of coming up top in various areas. Not only talking or speaking of those in Dominica, we have Addison James, who's in Jamaica, and throwing well as improved, from last year. So I believe he has a good chance. Okay. We also have within the jumping area some gentlemen who are doing very well, and I believe getting on the good track, fast track, I believe we can also find some medalists in the jumping area. Miss Turrell, who has been running Big People Time this year, I do believe she stand a very good opportunity, and I pray that she should find herself in good conditions, health-wise, and so that we can definitely find something good.
One of the coaches for the national Carifta team, Godwin Dossett. Finally, some football news. The goalkeeping coach of the men's senior national football team, Nathaniel Angol, feels that the future looks promising with the current crop of young goalkeepers. His comments as Dominica prepares for 4 international matches over the course of the next few weeks. Dominica will play Barbados in 2 friendlies in May and then face the British Virgin Islands and the Dominican Republic in their World Cup qualifiers.
Very much impressed as the senior men's national goalkeeping coach because we have, I would say basically 5 to 6 young keepers within the age group of 24 to 27 for the oldest. I would say Dante Newton may be the oldest right now. So I think the future is good for Dominica. It's just the keepers that have to put the all into it, come and train, and then we will see the reward at the end of the game.
All right, and let's look ahead now to Barbados and of course the Dominican Republic and the British Virgin Islands as the World Cup qualifiers. Can't qualify for the next round of competition, but what would you like to see as a goalkeeping coach for who might get the opportunity between the sticks?
At least keeping some clean sheets, especially in the 2 first friendly games that we have coming up there. I would like to see the keepers that will be involved in the games keep clean sheets, and from there I will know what I'm working with for the future because we all expect Prince to call it quit very soon, you know? So I'm looking at some good quality and talented keepers. I know Jerome, Dante, I have to select maybe 1 out of the 3 other keepers we have to make it the final 3 keepers for the national team. So I know they're in good hands because I can see that they're working hard. Their performance in the game is very good. So we're just looking forward to keep some clean sheets in the friendlies and moving on to the World Cup qualifiers.
Goalkeeping coach of the men's senior national football team, Nathaniel Angol. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. Hazari, just before I leave, I just want to say big up again today on this Holy Thursday to priests and pastors and all those who assist the church in one way or the other, lay ministers and others. We say a very special good morning to you. Continue your good work. As we said, we head towards Easter Sunday. We recognize your efforts. Priests, pastors, and others who assist the church, the lay ministers and others, a very special good morning to you. Curtis Matthew saying good morning. We have another news update for you at 11 and a major package at 1:15. Do take care today.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas